going to show you how to thread the under thread. So you have this thing, you just take it out from there like this and turn it around. You put this one at 12 o'clock and you're going to have your thread like a 9. Okay, like a 9. And you put it inside. You take the thread through this little creek here and then until it's snatched into that space there. And then you make sure it doesn't tip out. Hold this one, and you go in, and there we go, you have a space for it there. Now I'm going to show you how to thread your machine. So this is where you start. You start with that hook, you go down, round, number 2 says on my machine, and you go up, and you take it to the right of this hook here. You make sure you come round. You can just raise it up a little bit, and you see it's going to be inside that hook there. And you go down, and this might look different from machine to machine. A little hook somewhere there on the side or in the middle, and then you're going to take your thread and make sure that it's a clear, a nice cut. Otherwise you just cut it, because if you don't have a nice cut, you're going to be there forever and you're not going to get the whole thread through the needle. And now it's time to thread the needle. This is a bit tricky, but you can raise it up a little bit with the one on the side again. Just push it through, and there you go. Drag it all the way out. Just be careful and make sure that the thread is not turning under the needle, just going through, and then under your presser foot. Sorry, we will just take up the thread from under. I'm going to show you how to make that one after. And there you go, you have both your threads. Now make sure both of them are under your presser foot. You didn't see that clearly there, but yes, under there and straight back. And there we go. Now it's time to choose which stitch pattern you want. So you can go for the normal straight stitches. On this machine it's A, or you can go for the zigzag stitches C on this machine. Those are the most common ones. So if you want the straight stitches, make sure you take the one in the middle and not the one that is on the side a little bit. So choose the one in the middle, A on this machine, as I said. So there we go. We're going to put it on A. This is just examples what stitches you can have. If you want this C, the zigzag, you just turn this one to C. And you see this measurement here is how wide your stitches are going to be. If they're going to be big ones, or if you want them more narrow, you turn it closer to B, and then it's going to be smaller width. So if you want to just make sure that it doesn't fringe like this one, you're gonna have the zigzag stitches, and you can choose quite big ones for this one. If you want the straight stitches, just turn it to A on this machine. Might be different. This one indicates how long the stitches are going to be. So for example, this stitches here for these jeans that I've just cut and folded, so that stitches they are 3.5, but normal stitches I use like 2.5, but the one you saw is 3.5, this length here. So Normally I use 2.5 for most of the things, but you can just have it go and try it and see which one you like best. I've made some tries here. This is 2 or 2.5, and then I made 3, and over here it's 4. You see they're quite long. So the original ones are 3.5 on these jeans. So if you want to start to stitch, now it's a bit tricky for me, I'm using my one hand. Just make sure it's on. When the lamp is on, it's on, yeah. I'm gonna show you where I haven't been sewing already. Make sure both threads are under your presser foot before you start. Both ones under here. And that the thread is not turning around or making a knot or something. Just straight through and then under. And then you're gonna put down your presser foot. There we go. Then you just press with your foot and go. You could use one of these measurements here on the side if you want to have a nice straight line. My fabric that I'm using now is not really straight on its own, but when you folded it correctly, you have a straight line, and then you can just hold your fabric and look at one of those marks on the machine, so you will have a straight and nice line. And there we go. If you want to make sure that the thread doesn't go up, you put down the reverse. Looks like this one on this one. You press it while you go again. Like that, your thread will not go up as easy. And always when you stop, make sure that the needle is up. So if it's not up when you stop, just turn it and make sure that it's up all the way. And when this hook here is showing like this, it's up all the way. Then you can take your press foot up and take it out and cut it. Good luck!